a dog, and a guinea pig taking a bath together? Whoa. How's that situation even begin to happen? It sure looks like an odd pairing. But just how odd and weird is this friendship? Ha! Get a load of this. Now, first of all, it's worth noting that Charlotte here, this gorgeous pooch, has an ancestry that's not a huge fan of rodents.
Charlotte's a miniature schnauzer, and her breed was meant for hunting and killing rats. She loves chasing squirrels, she loves chasing chipmunks. She goes pretty crazy about it, and she'll just absolutely go nuts. She does not like them, and that's her instinct coming out.
Okay, so to our little woodland friends, she's a Terminator. Right, which makes her roommate situation even more peculiar. Speaking of peculiar, meet Wallace. Yes, he's a guinea pig. But even more specifically, he's a skinny pig. Wallace is what happens when scientists in the 80s repeatedly crossed your typical run-of-the-mill guinea pigs with, well, bald naked ones. Why would they do such a thing? Apparently, they thought that exposed skin would be good for testing drugs and cosmetics. Fast forward to today, and these guys, with their face mohawk good looks, have become popular pets. Abrielle actually grew up raising a few of her own.
People often get skinny pigs and don't realize that the type of care that they need. For example, skincare routines, and even when he goes outside, he actually has to have sunscreen.
Skincare's no joke. Sadly for Wallace, his previous owners didn't take his needs too seriously.
When I first brought him home, it was quite obvious that he just hadn't been handled, and every single time I walked past the cage, he was terrified. He would just hide in a little hut or curl up in a ball, not social at all.
Not to mention Charlotte. But the little guy needed stimulation and good company. A life of living in fear is no fun. What's a poor skinny pig to do?
There we go. I tried lots of things. I tried to pair him with my friend's guinea pig, and we sort of did a couple of little play dates, and it just did not work out. I felt like he was lonely. That was hard to sort of watch him be alone.
With chemistry not where she'd expect it, Abrielle came up with a bold experiment of her own. Might her rodent antagonizing schnauzer hold the key? Sure, it sounds crazy, but...
She went straight up to his cage, wanted to sniff him, wanted to know who he was. You would think that he'd be sort of terrified of some large four-legged creature, but he never really showed that he was scared or nervous of Charlotte. She was fantastic, she just took a liking to him right away. I definitely think that Charlotte's personality has taken over her instincts. At the beginning, Wallace didn't really want anything to do with her. He wasn't really interested, but Charlotte just worked her way into his life.
Take note, folks, when you want someone new to like you, persistence and a willingness to try new things can go a long way. Like eating guinea pig food or playing guinea pig games.
When a guinea pig is super happy, they do this thing called binkying. And so Charlotte sees him doing that, then she'll join him and get down on her front paws and act like she's a puppy.
And if you're going for bestie status, bubble baths.
Have a little drink before you guys get it all dirty.
Because to a skinny pig, taking an interest in skincare is real care.
Before, when I bathed him and Charlotte wasn't in there, he would actually try to jump out of the bath. And my hands are soapy and he's slipping everywhere. And so with Charlotte in there, it's actually a lot safer. It'd be way easier to do it in the sink, but he's calmer with Charlotte, so we're doing it this way. All right, I think it's time to probably dry him off.
Yes, it's true. Sometimes it's the friendships you least expect.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
The ones that sneak up on you, that really teach you the most.
You can have a cuddle with Char. When he's out of his cage, he's so adventurous and he runs all over the house. He goes everywhere. The reason Wallace has come out of his shell so much and is able to even be sitting here without trying to run away, the fact that he's licking my hand is all because of Charlotte. It's amazing how Charlotte can go from chasing squirrel to absolutely loving on her little skinny pig friend. and just making him feel so comfortable, and it's absolutely heartwarming. They're best friends, they're family.
We've all heard man's best friend is a dog, and the same goes for Esme, the rhino. Wait, how's that work? Well, when Esme was only a month old, her mother, a first-time mum, was unable to produce milk.
She didn't quite understand what happened. Why was I taken away from my mother? And then we started bottle feeding her, giving her all the love and attention that we could muster up.
In the wild, baby rhinos rely heavily on their mums for comfort, safety, and to learn to graze. If they're lonely and depressed, rescued babies have been known to refuse food. Esme needed a friend, badly, but unrelated adult rhinos would not bond with her. Enter David.
Come, David. From the first time that they met one another, they were loving towards one another. And it was a match made in heaven for them. Come, David. Come, Esme. Shh, shh, shh. If she was feeling down, David would go and lick her. They were always together, they were inseparable. Come, David. So they basically just grew up together.
A bond truly like no other. They played together for almost a year, but nature caught up with them.
Esme grew a lot faster than David did. She stepped on his foot and he got a bit injured. His back got a bit hurt. We took care of him, he was completely fine again. And then we had to take David away from her.
Esme soon became depressed. Alone again and in need of a new best friend, the center brought in Melie, a young lamb with a herding instinct perfectly suited to hang with a growing rhino.
Esme was a bit scared. She didn't really know what this thing is, and she's used to David. She's always been used to David. So it took us a few weeks to introduce them to one another, and then Esme got used to her.
A year and a half later, as Esme's health improved, their bond continued to grow. But despite their size difference, Melie holds her own at lunchtime.
Melie has a very strong personality. She's a very good companion. She teaches her how to defend herself. I mean, Melie tries to hit Esme with her head, you know, and then basically that would teach Esme how to use her own horn as a defense mechanism against other rhinos or predators.
But some threats are tough to defend against. Esme's been bitten by a snake right between her toes. Until her wounds heal, her movement has to be limited.
Looks like she's crying because she doesn't really want to be confined.
The humans can't make her feel better. But you know who might have an idea? Her old pal, David.
I think this could be a very good distraction for her, having her old friend come back and play with her a bit and give her that love and attention that he normally gave to her. I think it would be very nice for both of them, actually.
It's been some time, but the best of friends pick up right where they leave off.
David, he just loves nibbling on her horn. Probably just tastes very interesting to him. He used to do that when she was little as well. Esme is starting to realize that they are all-time friends. Slowly but surely, Esme is starting to defrost, if you can say that, basically.
Happy and fast becoming healthy again, Esme's sense of home resides in her friendships.
You're with these animals 24/7. You give them the love and affection to get rehabilitated. It's rewarding because it pays off. They walked out and the first instinct was just to run, to be free. She will go back into the wild and live a happy life there.
Until then, she's got her pals to lean on. What are best friends for?
Hey Love Nature fans, be sure to like and subscribe to catch all our wild animal stories. Get closer to nature right here on YouTube.